Welcome to Room with Destination Homes, where you'll discover details about new home construction from different perspectives. If you're curious or have questions about home building, you'll find answers as we go room to room.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Destination Homes, and I'm here in our South Jordan model in Daybreak. I'm here to talk with John Dowdle, one of our sales agents, about market conditions in April of 2021. John, I want to have you introduce yourself to people watching this video and just tell them about you, how long you've been working in the industry, and how this market that we're experiencing in April 2021 compares to other unique conditions that you've seen.
Great, I'll do my best, Ryan. I've actually been working in this industry for about 2 decades. Very unique situation that we're currently in as far as inventory levels and the amount of demand that's in the market right now. In the past, there's always been something available out there to purchase. And right now, the amount of consumers that are out looking for something and the national low inventory is just built up this bottleneck of amount of buyers that are wanting to buy a home, and it's just not, the availability is not out there.
So imagine I'm a home buyer. What do you tell me as I come knock on your door and I say, hey, I'm having a hard time finding a home builder that's open, someone that will make an appointment, and I'm even having a hard time finding anything available. Can you help me? What's your response?
Well, I definitely have a lot of empathy for most of the people coming in the door because unfortunately they're hearing the same story from builder to builder is we don't have anything. We've been sold out. We've been sold out for 30 days or longer, months on end. And the amount of people that are waiting for that one home or 2 homes that we're releasing each month is quite surprising.
Yeah, so the solution right now for someone that knocks at your door is to sign up and get on an interest list.
Definitely. Right now we're trying to maintain an interest list and keep people updated as much as possible. So my recommendation is to get on our interest list and we notify you of anything that's released. It's really hard right now. A lot of times people are having to definitely make exceptions to what they exactly wanted, right? Kind of like buying a car. You want a white car. If the only car that's coming available is a blue car, you just have to decide if it's worth it to move forward. And that's kind of where we're at. You can come out and look to see if it's going to work for you, and then we can discuss it further.
So John, you've mentioned low housing inventory here along the Wasatch Front. Tell people what that means and why we're experiencing that here right now.
Well, there's several reasons. I think the biggest that you could kind of identify is that Utah's just a great place to live. I think a lot of people are moving here from out of state. You have a lot of businesses that are relocating here, which is bringing their employees. And then we don't have a lot of people moving out. In this market right now, you're seeing multiple offers. You're seeing that they are not on the market for very long. A lot of times when people say, well, I couldn't make it today, I'll try and make it out next week to come see the home, that house isn't available next week.
John, how has COVID-19 and everything that's come along with the global pandemic, how has that been a factor in any of the market conditions that we're seeing right now?
Well, I think it's had a lot of different impacts on the home building industry. Everything from where you're working, the floor plans that were being built versus now. People now want more home offices. And then on top of it, just the location that you need to live. I've had people that were moving here because they need to be close to work, and now they didn't need to do that, and they could work in a very rural location. And then you look at also just the industry itself and how it impacted the workforce. The trades. You didn't want a lot of trades working together in a house, and so you were spacing out. Who was working on houses at what time, and then you talk about the factories that were shut down and the material that you could get. It's just had an enormous impact on what we do.
Tell me about some of the specific vendors that have really struggled with maybe how to price their services or the hard costs.
We have seen a huge cost increase on lumber. Lumber's probably been the biggest. There's numbers that are saying a 300% increase on the price of lumber.
Wow.
We have had a tile that we had ordered 7 months ago, and then by the time it's ready to be installed, it's still not in stock, and the supplier can't even tell us when it'll be there.
Oh, really?
And so the question is do you continue to wait, or do you have to choose another tile, and then that you have to go another direction. So there's just been some definitely unique challenges.
Well, we've been talking about inventory homes only. We haven't even been talking about someone approaching you saying, hey, I'd like to buy a house. What lots are available? What floor plans can I put on this site? That's not even part of the conversation right now, is it?
It is, in hopes that we are going to be able to start doing that soon.
Okay.
We were hoping by this summer we would be able to start taking pre-orders and building homes custom for people again. The challenge in doing that, though, is the material and the cost changing daily. So when you have prices of material changing so quickly, how do you sit down with someone, design a house, price out a house, and then be able to deliver that over the course of the next 9 months building it when things are changing so quickly? So we hope that come this summer that we can start custom building homes from scratch again. But again, it changes daily with what's going on with our supply chain.
Yeah. So John, we've talked about all these challenges in the market. Is there an end in sight? When do we catch up?
You know, that's a great question. I think there's a lot of factors that need to happen before really the inventory catches up to the demand. A lot of it's going to be, just getting through this pandemic. I think you need to have a lot of the factories that have been on a kind of a skeleton crew really open back up so they can catch back up to capacity as far as supply chains and material that's needed to build houses. Once that happens, the builders are quick to adjust with developing the land and starting homes. So I think hopefully here soon, maybe the next year, once things can kind of normalize, we can definitely catch back up to pace as far as the demand and get back into a normal market.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, any tips or advice that you would give to friends, family, anyone that comes by your model? What are we telling them as far as purchasing a home right now?
I would probably recommend being patient, being proactive, doing your due diligence, getting everything you can out of the way ahead of time as far as qualifying with a lender, finding a loan program that's going to work for you, make sure you have the funds and the down payment that you want, and then also qualify. Really narrow down what the must-haves in a house, so when you are notified that there's something available, you can act quickly. Right now is not the time where you can think about a house for a month before you make an offer on it. Even if you put off, you get notified that something's available and you put off going to look at it for 2 weeks because you just have other things going on, that home will be gone in the next couple weeks. So just being able to, act quickly as far as going to see if it works for you and then be in the position to move forward if it does fit what you're looking for.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for the information, and thanks those of you watching, and we hope that this has been helpful.
Thanks.